Hey, good morning, Mel and Juvie. I'm just going to walk you through some changes in Lightspeed that you need to be aware of. And then, Juvie, I've got some cleanup stuff here based on that. So you can see here I'm in Lightspeed. I'm going to first show you in inventory under brands. I did some brand cleanup. We had some brands that were unused. I cleaned those up. But what I did is if you go here further out, I've split Stuller into down here. Hopefully you can see it. You can see I have Stuller Bench, Stuller Jewelry, and Stuller Tools. And I think on the next page, I got Stuller Watch Bands. So you can see Stuller Watch Bands has 1,200 SKUs in it. Stuller Tools has 1,000 SKUs. Stuller Jewelry has 3,500 SKUs. And Stuller Bench has almost 6,000 SKUs. And if you go in, you'll kind of see where they belong. If it's in under the jewelry services department, I put it primarily under Stuller Bench. So that's findings and melee, sizing, stock, laser wire, just the stuff that the jewelers order for the bench. Stuller Jewelry's finished products, so it would be chains, charms, all that kind of stuff. Stuller Tools is when we're buying general tools, like if we bought a mallet, or some pliers, or if we bought things like ultrasonic cleaner. So I'll probably rename it to tools and supplies, but that's under tools. And then watch bands is pretty self-explanatory. One reason I split it up that way is just as we're trying to automate the purchase order on the back end and tracking stuff better, this will allow us to do that. I think this is the only vendor where we would get this granular. We literally had almost 12,000 SKUs there, so I split it up into these different buckets. You can still see Stuller Bench is like our second largest vendor even after this. The only vendor that gets close is Jules Burrell. If you do go here under vendors, and under vendors, I've just left it as Stuller. So Stuller is the vendor, and then those four groups, Stuller Bench, Stuller Jewelry, Stuller Tools, and Stuller Watch Bands is where we should classify them going forward. So I cleaned that up this morning. Next one, Juvie, as you'll see here, these are duplicated SKUs. I would like your help deduplicating them and merging them, so I'll show you how to do that in a second. Just wanted you to be aware of that. And then the other thing before we go in there is when I did this cleanup, if you go item search and you pick Stuller as the vendor, not as the brand, Stuller as the vendor, and then pick the category of update down here, 99 update, you're going to see that we have 400 SKUs from Stuller that kind of are orphaned, and you can even see from the descriptions and everything that they're orphaned, and that will tie into the second part of this project, which is the dedupe. But so I would like to get these all categorized. Some of these you can just kind of figure out pretty quick, just looking at them. You know, here's a wire cutter, right? So I'll do the wire cutter myself. By the way, we should not use registered trademarks in there. The database doesn't like it. So there's that. Wire cutters should go to Stuller Bench, and this should go to jewelry, bench, supplies, and tools, right? So you want to find, so there we go, there's tools, and now it's properly categorized. So we have 400 of these. Look at this, is all wire. These are all, so this is all metal for the bench, right? So this would just come in here, and we would say it's going to go here, and I'm going to make it metals, and it's going to be Stuller, and that one's going to be Stuller Bench. And so you can probably figure it out just by looking at a like SKU and figuring out where it belongs. Let's just try this one, see if this one's in the system more than once, because that goes into our dedupe thing. So here we go. Nope, it's just in there once. So that one we don't need to dedupe. Okay, so here we go to duplicated SKUs that I did this morning in Lightspeed. And here I'm going to share it with Juvie. And I'm going to share it with Mel, so you guys can each look at it. We're going to dedupe. This is based on the manufacturer SKU. But we after that, we'll want to dedupe it based on the vendor ID also. But first one is going to be the manufacturer SKU. So here's the list of the SKU and the quantity. So this tells you how often it's been duplicated. So I'm going to pick this one here. I'm going to pick this fifth one here, sizing stock, and you can see the number here. So I'm going to copy this. Then I'm going to come back into Lightspeed. I'm going to go to item, search, pull it up, and there it is. So you can see it's in there twice. If one of these, and we'll go look in a second, if one of these is in a matrix, then you want to use that one to do the merger into. So let's see how these are. Okay, so this one's a standalone SKU, and how about the next one? Hopefully it's a matrix. Yep, it's a matrix. So what we want to do is merge the other SKU into this one. You can't merge something from a matrix back into an individual SKU. You have to do it the other way. So we can merge that other one. So I'm going to come down here to merge, copy and paste the SKU in again. So there it is. Then I'm just going to hit merge, right? Two records merged. If I go back here to Lightspeed and search, boom, it's gone. And I can just tell looking at this one, now it's clean, right? Because we have the picture, it's properly in the matrix. I have both the manufacturer SKU, the vendor ID. I don't know if the cost is right. I'm not going to worry about that right now, neither should you, but I do have it categorized right. It's under the brand Stuller Bench, as I talked about before, right? The vendor's going to stay as Stuller, but the brand is going to be now Stuller Bench, and it has the tag metals. Let me do one more just so you can see it. Now I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to delete this one, delete that row, and let me go pick one of these lab diamonds. So I'm going to go pick here number 18. And I'm going to go back into Lightspeed and go pick it. There it is. It's in there twice. Is one of these in a matrix? Nope, this one's not in a matrix. How about the other one? This one's in a matrix. So we want to merge the other SKU into this one again because it is a matrix. And the first thing I can see is there's no vendor ID here. So I'm just going to copy the vendor ID over. So that's already been done. Now I'm just going to merge it. And so I pull up the same SKU number. There it is. You can see there's the duplicate. And it's merged. Right? Let me do one more so you can actually see if I tried to do the matrix one, how that doesn't work. Okay, so now I'm back out to items here, and you can see there's our single SKU, and everything has been cleaned up. It's in the category of stones, and it is in the brand of Stuller Bench. The only thing that's missing here is an image, which we can get to later on. Okay, so this is one that I can delete again, so I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go to this one, which is actually, let's go up here. Let's go to our one that had a quantity of 3. We'll just get rid of it. So here, quantity of 3, coming in here, item, search. You can see I have 3, 1, 2, 3, and they all sound similar. Let's just see if any of these is in a matrix. This one's not. This one's not. And this one's not. So I can merge all these together. So I'm just going to do that so that we save time. And then I'm going to go try to find one more. So I'm going to go here, search. It's interesting. Look at, I'm not going to merge this because look at this one says sterling silver, sterling silver. This one says 14 karat gold. So let me go back here to the details. Manufacturer SKU here, this one actually has to be researched further because it looks like this could be an error. And if I go to the other SKUs, right, here it is. These don't match, right? So this is manufacturer SKU does not match the vendor ID. And the last one, these do match. So this one's going to unfortunately take a little more research. So some of you could go out to Stuller and look this one up. So I'm going to leave it there. But let me do one more of these lab diamonds. Maybe I'll get lucky and show you. Okay, I'm going to go here, items. There it is again. Okay, great. I got this one in the matrix, and the next one's not in the matrix. And if I try to merge the matrix item into the non-matrix item, let's see if it allows me to do it. I don't think it does. I think it comes back with an error message. Are you sure when you want to merge all records? Yes. And is it allowing me to do it? Allowed me to do it. So I made that up before. But you want to merge. So I did it the wrong way then. You do want to merge it from the unmatrixed item into the matrixed item if indeed it should be in the matrix. And then you can see all the other information here. It's jewelry bench, it's Stuller bench. It has the manufacturer matching the vendor ID and all the other kind of good stuff there. So I'm gonna go back over here since I did this one and then delete it. And as these are being deleted, and then you can just go down the list and dedupe all these. Once we've deduped the manufacturer or the brand SKUs, then we'll come back and repeat the process for vendor ID. Will probably diminish considerably because there's if it's duplicated here, it might also be duplicated as the vendor ID. So if you could do that today, so just be aware that we now have it broken down: Stuller bench, Stuller jewelry, Stuller tools, and I'll add supplies to the name, and then Stuller watch bands. So we have all that. So we need to clean up items that are not categorized by Stuller. There was 400, and then we have these 70 duplicates. By the way, we have 70 duplicates. So that means we have roughly 140 SKUs that are duplicated, right? If you multiply that times 2. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.